Hi everyone, my name is Sachin Chaube. We will be discussing on static content in AWS S3. That is, people are very extensively using their static JS images and deploying or HTML files on S3 and using on their websites and other business applications. So we'll go through that and learn how exactly we can do the same. So steps to do is, first thing, we should have our static content ready, which we want to deploy out there. Second, we will create an S3 bucket which will allow public access. We'll go through the steps how exactly we have done. Then we have to go to S3 bucket. Once the bucket is created, we'll go to the bucket property and enable static website. Once that is done, the next step will be we will be setting the permission for it so that only read access can be done on that specific folder, so that this folder or bucket is not misused for any other purpose except the purpose for which we are doing it. Last but not the last and the final steps is we will be uploading a file and accessing this with S3 endpoint. So it's now the demo time. So if you can see, we have our console for AWS. We'll go S3. Okay, we'll create a new bucket. Let's give the name as Elite Technocrat. We'll leave the region as Asia Pacific Mumbai. Okay, we will let it be that. Once while we were giving the demo, we said we will allow public access for this bucket. So by default it is blocked when you create any folder, any bucket out there. So we will uncheck this. Okay, because we don't want the version to be there, otherwise you can enable or disable the versions. In our case, we will use the server side encryption with AWS S3 managed key. Bucket key we will be using enabled out here. Okay, and then we'll click create. Just we'll reduce. So it comes. So you can click create. Okay, so you have to acknowledge this and say click create. Once your bucket is created, okay, we'll go to the bucket, we'll go to the properties. So we have one setting called as static website hosting. By default it is disabled. We'll edit, we'll say enable. So it will ask you whether hosting a static website. We'll say yes. It will ask us whether you want to have index space. We will say index.html. Error is optional, it's up to you to give it or not, and we'll say save. Once we have saved this, the next activity is to give the permission. Okay, we'll come to the bucket policies, we'll click edit. Okay, I already have the policy with me, so I'll take this policy, copy this, come back here and paste it here. Okay, if you see here, I have to change the ARM. I'll just copy here, come here, replace the ARM. It's saying it's invalid because this change. I will set proper bracket closure. Okay, I will save this change. Once these changes are saved, Okay, I will go to the last activity of uploading it. So before uploading, I will show the file. So this is the file which we are uploading. Okay, it's just a simple HTML page. CSS, JavaScript, another. So go to here. We'll go to upload. We'll drag and drop the files. We'll say add folder. We'll S3 and say upload. And then we'll say upload. Once it is uploaded, we can access with this specific file. Either we can go to the endpoint, property. This is the static website endpoint URL. We'll click the URL. Okay, we'll say /s3 / index.html. So yep, our website is up with all the informations out there. So we have completed demo. Thank you.